Hey, what's up guys, it's Risky here. Welcome to a Forza Horizon 4 video. A lot of you guys in the past have said that you wouldn't mind seeing some Forza content on the channel, so today we're going to be swapping it up, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I got a little drift build here because this is the main thing I really enjoy doing here on Forza is drifting. So I figured that if there is any of you out there that do want to learn how to drift and do want some Forza content, then maybe this is a good first video. So here today we have the 2016 BMW M2 Coupe. It is a car that you can purchase for $69,000, which isn't a bad price at all. We're gonna go to the upgrades and tuning here, and I'm gonna show you the tune setup really quick. Basically, it has an engine swap with a 6.2 liter V8. Twin turboed. The engine upgrades are completely maxed out. The brakes are maxed out. The springs and dampener are set to drift. The roll bars are maxed out. The rears are maxed out as well. I do have the roll cage in there, and the weight reduction is maxed out also. The drivetrain, the full complete thing is maxed out, including the clutch, transmission, and differential. For tires and rims here, I do have them set to race. You can even put them on sport or stock if you'd like to, but I'm just so used to drifting this car on race tires that that's what I have it set to. The width is 265 in the front and the rear. If you're wondering what these wheels are, they're in the multi-piece wheels, and they are the HRE C109s. Stock wheel size, but none of that really matters for the drift build. But if you're trying to get your car to look exactly like mine, then that is what you need. I have the track width upgraded by 1 in the front and the rear. And for the aero and appearance, I have everything blacked out here, as you can see, selected as the BMW Motorsport thingy, just because it looks a little better when it's all blacked out, in my opinion. So there you go, there's your car. Once you have all those upgrades, you want to go to your tuning, and real quick I'll show you these. My tires are set to stock tire pressure. There's the gearing, I'm pretty sure it's all stock as well. Alignment, anti-roll bars, springs, my ride height is dropped all the way, damping, aero, brake, and differential is locked as much as you possibly can. You don't want to open diff while you're drifting. It's just not the best thing to do. Here's your car. It's a very beautiful looking BMW, absolutely so clean, with this beautiful blue color here and these chrome wheels. They're just very fitting on a Beamer, and that 6.2 liter V8 sounds really good on this thing as well. Now, whenever I first started drifting here on Forza Horizon 4, this is one of the first cars that I actually built, and it's a very easy car to get sideways, and I'm just going to show you guys that today. And also you'll be able to see what I'm doing on screen because I have the little controller cam hooked up. You can see all of my inputs. The darker, or the lighter you see my trigger being pushed down is like the harder I'm pressing it. So if it's very light, then I'm barely pressing it, and if it's very dark, or very white, I guess you could say, then that means I'm pressing it all the way down. So just for reference there, in case you're wondering. Let's go down here into the city and we'll do some drifting in this thing for a little bit, just show you guys exactly how easy it is to drift this BMW. Not to mention, it does get up and go pretty dang good. It only tops out at about 201-ish mile an hour, which isn't bad for a car that you build for drifting. Let's get this thing sideways a little bit. And it's just zero effort really to get this thing going sideways. It doesn't take much to it at all. I recommend using 3rd and 4th gear most of the time in this car when you're drifting if you are using this setup. It's just, it has the best amount of RPMs. You don't really redline it, especially if you're in 4th gear. You're not just going to be sitting there banging it off the rival emitter. It's just a very easy car. I can't even really explain it. Like, if you go build this car and you hop in it and try and do some drifting, you're gonna be like, whoa, that's very easy. Why didn't I use this thing before? And don't get me wrong, I'm not the best at drifting in the world. I do have a wheel that I use sometimes, and I'm not bad at drifting on a wheel. But personally, I don't know, I just enjoy Forza on a controller so much more. If I'm playing games like iRacing and stuff, I definitely prefer the wheel, but there's just something about playing Forza on a controller for many years. It's kind of just got me stuck to using a controller on this game. I don't know, I don't really like the wheel that much. And even if you want to do some like high speed drifting, oh, we're not gonna talk about that, all right? You can just throw her up in 5th gear, and once you get going, she still gets sideways here. We're in a tight alley right now, so I'm gonna get out of here for a little bit, and we'll go swang it on the highway up here, or whatever you want to call it. This more open road. Ooh, we almost tapped it there. But you can see 5th gear. I wouldn't really go into 6th gear. It's a little too much, but 5th gear, you can just drift at 100 mile an hour with this thing. It's like nothing. You can obviously see my controller inputs there, what I'm doing to actually be able to get drift down like this. And we're not going to talk about me hitting the wall, okay? Oh god. I don't drift here very often, so I don't know these corners. E-breaker? That didn't go how I wanted it to. Let's go back up that hill. That's a pretty cool little section. There we go. That's what I wanted the first time. Minus the fact that this thing is very good at getting sideways, it just looks good while it's doing it. That beautiful blue color on this thing, I can't get over it. I'm a huge fan of the color blue, and surprisingly, I don't really like blue on a lot of cars. I just think blue isn't really fitting on some vehicles, but this thing looks so good in this blue color. Honestly, I need to go tint my windows, and it would make this car stand out even more. But that blue mixed with those chrome wheels is just magnificent. And even the little cage in there looks really cool. We'll go to the cage, you can see it's all chromed out and everything. It just looks really good in this car. You don't have to throw the cage in there if you don't want to, but since I kind of made it as a drift build, I threw it in there just for, you know, the shits and giggles. Let's go over to a roundabout. I'll show you like a really good way just to get the hang of the car and that I really recommend doing. Alright, we're here at this roundabout, and if you're in a new drift car or you're even new at drifting, just come to one of these roundabouts. There's like freaking 5 of them on this map, and just come here and do this. Just get that car sideways, figure out which gear you need to do it in. In this car, particularly, I like to do these little circles in about 4th gear. It's pretty good, and you can just watch my controller movements and see what I'm doing there to just keep this car sideways going around here in a circle. And once you get good at doing this, you'll kind of get a feel for the car and just kind of see how much gas you need to give it in order to keep it sideways, how much brake, how much steering input you need to do to keep, how much steering input you need to give it to keep it sideways. You know what I'm saying. I'm just working that wheel left and right. If I see the car go left, I'll move the stick right, basically. If I see the car go right, I'll turn the stick left. You can see there on the controller cam, I'm constantly moving that stick back and forth, and sometimes if I get here in a good angle, I don't even really have to touch the left side. I can kind of just keep pushing it to the right and it'll keep the angle. And if I start to slide out like way over here, then all you do is just tap the brake a little bit, let off the gas about halfway. You don't want to let off completely, just let off about halfway, and then tap that brake and your car will stop sliding like way the heck out here. You can see we're kind of sliding out there into the traffic. Tap the brake a little bit and it'll slow you down. Not the e-brake, just your regular brakes. You don't always have to be using the e-brakes while drifting. It's as easy as that. Drifting on a controller is pretty dang easy. I've been doing it since about Forza Motorsports 4. I used to just go on there and make drift builds all day long. It was a lot of fun. I'm really excited for Forza Horizon 5. Once that does come out, I'm definitely going to post a lot more content on this, or on that, sorry. Let me know if you did enjoy this, if you want to see more, if you want to see more drift builds, drag builds, or just me driving around in this game just goofing off. I'll gladly make these kind of videos for you guys. Just let me know in the comment section. Feedback is key. If this did help anybody here, then be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, it helps me out a bunch, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.